happening? What's happening? What's happening? Just me and Blair tonight, one-on-one on YouTube Live. $619, what's happening? $619, I've been trying to put my box together for my spot in Mississippi. Today was a crazy day at work, so I did not get a chance to mess with any of that. What's going on in the crypto world? Y'all tell me. I normally do my homework before the live while I'm at work and in between breaks and everything else like that. Trying to see what's going on. Who we blaming today? I know who. I know they're not trying to say Wendy O is the queen of clickbait. That's my title I give her. You know, I kept getting all these alerts about all these highs and stuff we were hitting. What else? Oh, here's Wingbits. Oh, the Miss Teen Crypto is surely growing up. That's all I can say. Well, is she now considered Miss 20-ish crypto instead of Miss Teen Crypto? Look at your favorite person, my boy. Hopefully in November we sipping drinks, man, talking about how great Wingbits is at our crypto conference in Texas. I don't know if you'll follow her. This one right here is a mess. Having videos of her all stumbling all over the place. That's funny. So, how else has y'all day been going? I'm just getting home. It's been crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I won't lie to y'all. I may have accidentally tipped a little Bywater bourbon in my Jaws cup because it's been absolute hell today. I don't know if this has made national news where y'all are, but we had a 911 outage today. And when it wasn't just 911. All the phones that go into 911 centers, the way they're routed, it's kind of scary that a supposedly single fiber cut can bring down every 911 in the entire state of Louisiana, most of Mississippi, and into Texas. But it's quite scary that if you or loved ones trying to call 911 because y'all need an ambulance, y'all have family members having a heart attack or just something going on, somebody's breaking in your house, and no phones work. So this is what I dealt with all day. And I was quite disappointed that I didn't get more steps than what I got. I got 5,000 steps. I thought I was gonna get more than that. I was sweating. I was going crazy, running around, but I couldn't wait to get home. I needed a drink. It was stupid, crazy stupid, but it's quite scary that supposedly one fiber cut brings down everything. That's just absolute crazy. So maybe that's our new DEPIN. We can all get together. We need a DEPIN backup phone system. Grumpy phone. You know, hey, I mean, think about it. All these layer 3 projects, DEPIN projects coming out, piggybacking on other stuff that we need or whatever. Nobody has a backup phone system. You know, you couldn't use a Helium phone because Helium phone goes through T-Mobile. Cell phones did work cell phone to cell phone, but if you tried using your cell phone to dial a dispatch center, or the dispatch center tried to dial a cell phone, it still failed. That's how crazy it was. Thoughts on Helium Discord going bye-bye. Evening, Grumpy from the UK. Evening, Mr. Terry. How's it going? 619 had a chill day. I'm very jealous. As I just said, it was a little crazy. Who farted? What's happening? I got a haircut today. Didn't get a chance to get a shower yet, so it's in my eye. You know, I just cut the gray out. If y'all saw me Tuesday night or my video I made last night, when I put my hat on and all the gray's puffing out the sides, that's when I know it's time to get a haircut. And it's still 90-something degrees down here. So there's probably a cool front coming through. It rained all night. Cool front's probably coming through today. And we're only at 84% humidity on the trusty Weather XM station. Heat index isn't that bad. It's only 78. When you go outside, it's sticky. Sticky and moist. The Helium Discord. But I don't. This is the first I'm hearing about the Helium Discord. Is that true? Like the actual Helium Discord is going away? That's that to me is some major FUD. Y'all can tell me. 619, you've been involved in Helium probably longer than me. When did you get in Helium? Me, I think I was April 2020, 2021, maybe 2020. I can't remember. It was so long ago. Jesus Christ. I got my buddy who's hunting right now, having issues with his fantasy football team. Jesus Christ. Couldn't decide for those of y'all play fantasy football. I didn't know if I wanted to start Matthew Golden, the wide receiver, in my flex spot, or Zach Charbonnet in my flex spot. Both of them are poop, but you know, I lost Connor last week for the rest of the season. I lost CeeDee Lamb last week for who knows how long, so I'm on life support as it is. But text my buddy back real quick and tell him that it looks good. So let's see. Helium. So does it say anything about Helium? Let's see. Look at BFG Neil's in there. The Helium network is moving our community from Discord to X. Community has always been at the heart of Helium. Crypto cures people. We believe. That's bullshit. So all these other projects that are capable of running an X and a Discord at the same time, and you telling me y'all are too small and too busy to run both? Come on, man. I told you, I'm trying to keep the love for helium to a point. I've told you all my story countless times. I don't want to hear it again because I don't want to lose the 6 people that are watching right now. So I try to keep a little love for helium because they really bailed me out during Hurricane Ida years ago. I told you all that story. But this makes no sense. No sense. Tell me your thoughts. I mean, how many of y'all still even in helium? I don't understand. And Reddit, of all places. You know, that's one thing I can tell you I have never gotten involved in. You're like, you know, I think TikTok's the worst. You go into TikTok, there's some septic stuff in there. Septic stuff in there. You know, you would think Trump is out here, instead of playing golf with little white golf balls, that he's out here killing baby seals and spitting on kids the way these people on TikTok are so septic and talking about people. And there's so much misinformation, even on the crypto side. TikTok is the worst. If TikTok would have got banned, I would have never lost any sleep on it. But Reddit is the original septic tank. While there is some good information on Reddit, there are some septic holes, sewage holes that you can go down. And you're telling me that y'all would rather that? You can't even police Reddit, from what I understand, to a point. And y'all gonna get off of Discord that y'all have control over for that? Come on, man. But I'll be fine. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't follow helium. It's too convoluted. Too many channels. I don't follow it anyway. You know, I got my 15 or 16 miners that are still running, making me very little every day. It's work calm and they still got problems going on. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Can someone check and see if the VPN's having issues connecting? Christie's saying they having issues. Anyway, now I got VPN issues. People trying to connect in. So anyway, Terry said he's making dimes, but I'm using crank on there. Wingbits before what means. I'm gonna tell you, I will say that majority of my stations that are running helium, I'm only running them because I got a third-party program on it that is running helium in addition to Wingbits, in addition to Earn app, in addition to Honey Gain. One is or was running Irwin. Sorry if you had an echo. I don't know. Yeah, I got a feeling this thing could be over. Anyway, so I don't know how much life support helium's got on it. Like, you know that Demo is running it with their macrons. You know WeatherXM's running it. Is there anybody else, like big companies that y'all know of, that's running that on that kind of scale? I'm sure they got some smaller IoT devices here or there, but is there any major companies running it project wide, like WeatherXM? You know, because you wonder when WeatherXM or Demo's contract ends, if they renew it and what happens then. I don't know. Commentary right now, and it's been well proven by many of y'all, the data don't pay nothing. Like, I have a device here at my house strictly so that my 4 demos can connect to something. So it's data every day going through it, and it don't make nothing because it doesn't witness hardly any other stations. It might witness one other station. It doesn't make it. I mean, it makes like 0.0004 HNT a day. So data doesn't pay anything. The helium device I had to send to my son so I can just keep his demo online at his college. That one makes even less because it's only one demo connecting to it. Nobody else has demo up there. There's no other IoT anything connecting to it up there. He's a sole Lone Ranger device, and that makes even worse. So data, which is supposed to be what this project's about, ain't making anything. I got some on the major highways. I got some that's on the Mississippi River. I got some that's on Interstate 10 that all this traffic between New Orleans and Baton Rouge and Mississippi and Texas go through. And it gets data, but it don't make squat. So it ain't data for sure. Yeah, no harm to keep it running. I tell everybody that. People are like, oh, I'm disconnecting it. Why? Who you showing? You might just let it milk. I mean, it don't really matter. And look, speaking of milk, there's Milkman. What's up? Speaking of Milkman comes on in. So 619, I think you and me joined. That's what I was looking for. I was looking at my phone real quick and looked through the pictures of back in the years. 2020. April, March. It'd be somewhere around here if it was in 2020. My one station I paid $5,000 for, me and two buddies. That's crazy. Time flies, man. I'm looking at all these pictures from 2020. Y'all youngsters out there, I'm going to tell y'all, go out there and touch grass. That's all I can tell you. Go out there and touch grass. I'm looking at my kids' pictures just from 5 years ago, and it's like, and my son's in college now. Jesus Christ. Yep. Let's see. It wasn't 2021. So 619, when you joined in 2020, how many stations were online? I joined April of 2021. Because I got screenshots of eBay. Y'all want to see something funny? eBay helium miner. Look at the price tag on that. Is that stupid or what? Got some screenshots of some crypto we were in back then. Time flies, man. Time flies. So there was about 20,000 stations when we put ours online. So I guess it was April 2021. And like I said, we made $5,000 in 17 days. Oh man, we knew what we knew then. About 6,000. So you were making a killing. But the token price was a lot less back then. That's before it went all the way up. Yep, that's my claim to fame. And I'm still holding on to, oh my God, a bunch of helium. So what else is going on? Any news on the Wingbits front? I haven't been on Discord. I've been running around all day with this 911 outage. So I don't know what's going on. Y'all gonna have to help me out. I'm gonna let y'all run this live. So I signed up for my insert. I'm gonna have to contact HiFix to find out if there's an issue. Is there anybody here who has received their insert? Can you tell us how long it took from when you filled out the form for the insert to when you received your insert? Because I filled mine out, what was it, a week ago, and I have not heard anything about it, but I did not have an order number either because I was gifted it. So I don't have an order number. So they might have just not processed it, even though I had a serial number and everything else. Yeah, Bobcat was the second helium device I got. And then when SenseCap started rolling out, I was buying 5 at a time with my Wingbits profit. Then we bought another 5 and bought another 5. Then used somebody else's email, bought another 5. Then bought some other stuff. Then we bought some rock pods, and that was trash. Email about shipping soon today. So 2,000 I held it. Yep. I got hair at my nose. So if y'all see me mess with my nose, I ain't picking it. I got my hair cut. For somebody who's bald, I got a haircut today, and it's all over me. It's all up my nose. It's in my ears, down my neck. Crazy. Oh, what else? Anything in the change log yet? Nope. Nothing in the change log. Create a short video up to 40 seconds of your beacon hunt. Can I post my 40 seconds of me wrestling the alligator because they put the only beacon in New Orleans. They actually put it in a different city next to it in the middle of the swamp that you can't get to unless you have a boat. That's the only beacon in New Orleans. Yeah, I'm going to post that. Actually, I did post it. I just didn't do a 40-second video. I did a 30-minute video last week. What with the same? Dude, this is a joke. And then my other question is, and you see this too? Last time I put a very ugly comment in X. I know y'all find it hard to believe, but they're boasting this like this is a great milestone. But, well, I guess it's not the staking pool, but about all the tokens locked. They the X post about all the tokens locked. You don't give us a choice. You lock us from our tokens. To me, we should have a choice of either they're going to be locked or we can stake them, but you lock them from us, so we can't do nothing with them anyway. And then you're going to boast and advertise how y'all have all these tokens locked. We don't have a choice. So this is what I mentioned the other day in my video for those of y'all who are doing Chirp. So there's been several of y'all and a lot of people in the Discord and on X mentioning the same problem I'm having. There was no back checking on where they put these beacons at. They're behind private property. They're behind locked gates. They're surrounded by Rottweilers or alligators and snakes, behind fences. They're in sewage ponds, sewage canals, middle of highways and interstates and stuff like that. And it says they're going to place more beacons in the most active locations. Well, if you can't get the beacons because they're in a bad area, is that technically an active location? Or they're going to say, hey, nobody went got that beacon. And it says when a beacon is found in a high activity zone, a new one will respawn nearby. So does that mean that these beacons that are in private property or in the middle of a swamp or marsh, because I'm not getting a boat to go there, does that mean there will never be another beacon that respawns in that area because nobody got the first one? You know, that's the questions I want answered. And I still question the same thing. Is that Chirp that's supposed to be like Helium upgraded, Helium 2.0, it's supposed to be an IoT network. I know we've talked about this in my Discord. If y'all not in my Discord, join it. But again, what the hell does Wings of Kronos have anything to do with building out a IoT network? Somebody tell me. You know, I don't know. I think it's BS. 619 still waiting on his Nebers. Well, don't wait on the Neber rock pies, because those are trash. I think we had 5 of them that came in. All 5 of them, either they wouldn't beacon, or if they beaconed, nobody else received them, or when my other stations beaconed, the rock pies wouldn't receive them. It was one or the other. So the rewards were horrible on them. And of course, whenever we did tickets and stuff like that, that's when I first learned in Discord about the people who are texting or PMing you about being tech support. You don't listen to it because it's all fake. That's how I learned it, was through complaining about Nebra rock pies for helium. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Chirp. I wanted to ask also feedback from y'all on the new and improved version 2.0 Silencio. They're looking for Australians. Where's Max at? So is this a full pivot? Because somebody said they agreed with me. This is a full pivot of what they were doing before. Do you think this is still kind of the same thing? Is this kind of like Chirp? Hey, this was our original goal, but now we're doing this. You know, Silencio is about going around having readings and doing venues and stuff. And now it's all about training AI. Supposedly there's a huge, in their words, there's a huge market. And they have a major client. And they had a major client the other day looking for French, which I spoke French in high school. You know, KAGE in Louisiana, French to a lot of people is a second language out here. I forgot almost all of it. Other than maybe like my name is Grumpy. I can say that in French, but that's about it. Malaysian English. No, I spoke a little Vietnamese growing up in the Vietnamese community, but that was about, again, that was under 10 years old. And that has the couple of words, which are probably mostly curse words, that has all going like yesterday's lunch menu going out my head. But Silencio has completely pivoted, and supposedly this can be done on desktop. I'd love to know what the rewards are for this. Does this reward you like Silencio, where you are building up raffle tickets, and then at the end you got to fight with everybody else for the raffle tickets, and somebody can do half the work you do but get more tokens because the raffle ticket system's jacked up? Or is this rewarded different? I know not everybody's busy like I am. I wish I had time to sit here and speak into my computer so it can learn AI. Who knows? One day they might need South Louisiana Cajun English translator, and they'll say, we're looking for somebody in South Louisiana that speaks Creole Cajun or something like that. And I'll be like, I can't understand them fools either. People tell me I sound like I'm from New Jersey. I used to do Uber and Lyft when my kids were in sports, because I could go do Uber and Lyft on weekends and make, depending on what festival, Jazz Fest in New Orleans, I was making in my pocket $75 a ride during Jazz Fest, during St. Patrick's Day parades and the other parades and stuff. And people said, man, you sound like you're from New Jersey. And I'm like, I've never been, at that point, never been to Jersey in my life. I grew up in Louisiana. But maybe whatever dialect I do speak, maybe Silencio will pay me for it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. So has anybody messed with Silencio? Has anybody messed with this where with this doesn't even use your phone? This, you have to download it on your desktop. You have to download it on your desktop and play with it. I don't know. What you need my occupation for? You want me to speak into the damn box? What do you need my occupation for? Can I put clown on it? You know, you can tell I'm in a pissy mood today. Done project without dedicated hardware. Oh, did you get your rover back yet? Um, dude, that's a bad subject right now with Chevrolet. My truck that they promised me that would be ready yesterday, when we called about 2 days ago, they swore it'd be ready yesterday morning for me to pick up. Yesterday. Got busy, had to go to a meeting an hour and a half away. That's when I got pissed off because I missed out on all those Rover rewards because that was down south in a whole nother parish, as they call it. The state highway has not been marked with Rover yet. It would have been perfect, and my truck wasn't ready. Called this morning because I need my truck this weekend for something. My truck's still not ready. They're still working on the seal for the water, for the water leak. Wait a minute. Y'all told me early in the week that this thing was going to be ready. See, y'all think I'd just get grumpy because I have no, because I want to be grumpy. This is the stuff that happens in my life. Y'all told me it was going to be ready a week. That was 3 weeks ago. Today made 3 weeks. It's been sitting at the Chevy dealership. Now they're telling me they might need it till next week, and I told them bullshit. I need my truck for this weekend. Fix it. So that's what I'm dealing with. My refrigerator, if y'all saw my live last week, my refrigerator's broken, isn't blowing cold. I had to pull all the stuff out of it. They sent the mechanic here Monday to fix it because it's under warranty. He can't fix it. He had to call in the second team. The second team was supposed to be coming this week. Or if the second team, if they deemed it was going to be too expensive to keep sending people, I was going to get a brand new, because that's what the warranty says at Best Buy. If they can't get it fixed, you'll get a brand new refrigerator. Well, now they want to send a second team. Well, now the second team made an appointment for Monday coming up. I got a text about an hour ago. Yeah, about an hour ago. So I don't have time to call them back. That appointment Monday has been canceled, and I need to call to discuss further claims with them. So that's my life. That's my luck. That's grumpy luck. Welcome to my life. Yep. Occupation, crypto YouTuber. You get water for both ways, each lane. Oh. Get rubber back. No, dedicated hardware. You know, 619, I did that video yesterday, and I haven't really gone back and looked at it, but I didn't get any notifications of any kind of real snotty remarks or anything like that. I thought I'd get a couple of, my just talk videos. That's my videos where I want to do a video and just talk about some stuff, but I really have no particular project I want to talk about and stuff. Shelly plugs are now $38 on Amazon. But I just thought, for how many people are on X right now talking about all DEPIN? You said it's like I love when they said it. All DEPIN is trash. All DEPIN is scams. All DEPIN is just YouTubers pushing stuff for their codes. All DEPIN this. All DEPIN that. Like, what the hell are y'all talking about? All DEPIN. And like I said, you're a grown adult. Maybe I give people too much credit, but I wish I just would have pushed this aspect more. They don't have a YouTuber. I guess I can't show a gun on YouTube. I'd get kicked off. But nobody has a gun to your head. Go buy this Rover right now. Go buy this Litecoin or else. You're a grown freaking man or woman, or as the Silencio thing says, non-binary. Whatever floats your boat, I don't care. I'm gonna still be sitting here playing Call of Duty. Whatever you do in your life, I don't give it. Whatever. But my point I'm trying to make is that there's nobody. You're a grown adult. You're making decisions on your own. If you get into a sucky crypto project, pull up your big boy or big girl drawers, if you wear drawers, or a diaper, because that's what you're doing, is whining like a little bitch, and just say you joined a bad project. We all join bad projects, but you can see there, like, the YouTubers convinced us to do it. They had a code for us to use, and like I said yesterday, Dude, then don't use my code. If you want to go pay full price for GeoNet, and I'm gonna show that YouTuber I ain't using his code. Go ahead, jackass. Like, how stupid is that? Like, am I missing something? That people have to blame whatever going wrong in their life, they have to blame somebody else. Like, and I think that's my part of it. All DEPINs, they're trying to, all DEPINs are selling us stuff. Like, really? Because I didn't buy nothing for Nadix, and I got like, what that pissed me off is at one time I showed y'all I had $800 worth of Nadix. Now it's $600 worth of Nadix. Come on, guys. Sword chain, I had a couple $100 worth of sword chain. Now it's like $99. I wasted some of my life on that one. But anyway, that's not the right one. That's Z-Wave. But like, yeah, people just want to sit there and complain, like, then you know what, dude, just go buy crypto then. If you don't like any of these projects, go buy crypto. But you can sit there on X and cry about all DEPIN is trash. All DEPIN is this, all DEPIN is that. Then just scroll past the video, dog. You ain't gotta watch the video. When you see it on X and you see somebody talking about this project, instead of stopping and putting your 2 cents in, just keep on scrolling. If you have that impulse buy problem that you can't scroll past a Silencio X post and you just have to join Silencio, then you got bigger issues. But ain't nobody forcing you to join these freaking projects. Shit, man. Oh. I don't even see the regular Shelly plugs on Amazon. And and like I tried saying, sometimes you have to take chances with new projects. But like Combiner, I needed plugs anyway. It doesn't cost anything to get in. If it had been like some of these other smart plugs that you needed $300 to get in, I wouldn't have got in it. So Shelly plugs on Amazon are still sold out. And directly through the Shelly app, they're sold out. Through the Shelly website. This is part of what people are complaining about, that maybe it's time for Combiner to add another company. If Shelly can't keep up, maybe it's time to add another. Again, this is a new project. I'm hoping they work some things out, but I've told you this many times. I've never hidden the fact that I think they got some serious tokenomics issues. I just have an issue that, okay, I got my 4 goals or 5 goals or whatever it was months ago, and now I'm just making 4 points every day, or four Combiner tokens every day, 4 tokens, 4 tokens, 4 tokens. But if you go and post X post, you're making bonuses. And they had some kind of contest that on the Telegram that if you did so many X posts, you got a bonus and all this other stuff. And I'm like, and the bonus was a good chunk of Combiner. I'm like, the people who are actually running the devices shouldn't be getting this short end of the stick. Like, you're getting 1 token per day per device, when everybody else is getting hundreds for these quests. That's crazy. So I'm hoping they tweak that a little bit. Like, I don't really enjoy going up to Telegram that much. It's just convoluted. trying to find out what's going on with my Nubula unit. I should be in soon also. You'll know I'm excited. I know I'm probably late, but that I should be getting my Nubula unit soon. At least I think I am. I think I am. I got some kind of notification that I was getting. Well, I got something shipped to me. So I think my Nubula's coming. I still don't know what I'm gonna do about the node because I was telling this to Who Fought It earlier that I want to get involved in a node project just so I can say I'm in it, just so I can see what it's about. You know, we were just talking about with certain IoT projects, if you don't have the actual, you know, or how much is it worth for the actual device and that kind of stuff like that to manufacture it. Is it overpriced and stuff like that? Now they want you to jump to nodes. And like I said in that video last night, so people who watched the video last night, I know I'm rehashing this stuff and I apologize, but it's just something that I've just been going back and forth in my brain is that they talking about this device right here that you can hold in your hand is overpriced, but yet they want $300 for a node that you can't even touch. But some of y'all have told me in DM, you know, it's kind of going back to old school that, you know, some of y'all ran those kind of miners and servers and stuff like that, that it's true passive income. You don't have to worry about a device that stays online, a device that the base breaks and it doesn't work no more, and you got to bypass the base, and you know, your TAR 1090 screen that's not showing any planes, but it's showing online, and or you're seeing planes on your TAR 1090 screen and you don't know what it is, or you think your GeoNet's online and for some reason it's not. That with a node, you don't have to worry about that. If the computer's online, it's running software and it's a lot easier to manage. You know, I don't know. At least with Helium Deploy, you get the software that monitors all your projects for you and stuff like that. That's cool. You know, I don't know. Grumpy, tell you why I should buy Peak. I don't give financial advice, brother. You know that. I could tell you again, if you watch my videos, I could tell you why I bought Peak. I just bought Peak because you've been hearing about Peak for a long time. Peak is supposedly a blockchain that's made for DEPIN, whatever that's supposed to mean. And a lot of the new DEPIN projects, Silencio and Combinder and some of these other ones, were all going to be on the Peak network, or all on the Peak network. So I got into it early. It was 40 something cents. Do I kick myself in the ass now? Of course. But, you know, when it went up to 60, 70 cents, I didn't buy no more. And now, at least at one time, it was down to like 5 and 6 cents. And I loaded up on it really more to just bring my average cost down. And I think my average cost, because I bought so much at 30 and 40 cents, because I bought it as it was coming down in 20 cents. Last I knew, my average cost was like 14 or 15 cents in. I got a good chunk of it. The way I look at it as I have a good chunk of it. So if it ever just goes back to that 50 or 60 point cents, I'll be doing very well. Very well. But like right now, my average cost is 19 cents. 19 cents. I have an unrealized investment P&L of negative $458. So it was going up at one time. It was doing pretty good. It was down at 6 cents, 5 cents. I loaded up on it. Loaded some more up on it. Apparently not enough. I mean, it did bring my average cost down because again, I was buying at 40 and 30 cents and stuff, 20 cents. So I brought my average cost down, but You know, it was down to 5 and 6 cents for a while. You know, it went back up to 12, 13 cents. So whatever I bought right then doubled to a point, but it's come back down just like everything else. I think everything in crypto's down from what it looks like. Tomorrow's payday. I got a DCA into some stuff. I'll probably DCA into this just to try to get that 19 cents down. I'll DCA into VET and AVAX and VET again, VTHOR, Cardano, whatever. Solana, I don't know. Probably not Solana because Solana I got so much at that low price. I'm killing myself by buying more. Maybe a little bit Bitcoin if it's down. I don't know. So why is crypto crashing? I'm not clicking on Wendy O's thing to find out. Normally I would do that kind of homework before we start. See, that's the whole thing is right now, when you don't see Ethereum going up and Bitcoin going down, you know it's not alt season. Yet you still got these YouTubers that are like, alt season, alt season. Ooh, that's a hell of a price. I can tell you what I'm doing. Again, I'm not telling nobody to do nothing. The way this is right here, I'm DCAing a good chunk of my DCA into this. I love VET at 2 cents because the all-time high is 20 something cents. So even if it just goes back to all-time high at some point, just to go to all-time high, that's a 10x. And like all the UFC fights, wrestling fights now, WWE fights, pay-per-views and stuff, you see VTHOR all over the ring. So you know they're doing marketing. And didn't y'all say Nubla is on VTHOR? I mean, just in July, this was at 3 cents. I like VTHOR. AVAX at 28. That's a good pricing right now. I bought some more at 22, 24 range. AVAX. This one right here hurts. This is HNT. And back here you heard them say, like, we bought out that whale that was dumping on us, and that's what was causing the price to go down. Well, okay, what's the excuse now? If y'all got rid of the whale that was dumping, what's the excuse now? $2.21. Now, I know what y'all gonna tell me this one. Y'all gonna tell me I should have took profits at 40 cents when I figured out like majority of my tokens were free. That's crow. Whiff at 72 cents. Peak, Native, Solana. What's going on with Luke? I ain't looked at that forever. Adam. See, Adam's another one I probably should be buying because I bought so much of it at $30 and $40. I should be buying more at $4. I just don't want to buy no more. I don't know. I know you don't follow me for that kind of crypto advice. RCP. It's RCP. I think when you bought that at 410. I think that's damn good. When you think it's been in the fives, sixes, high sixes in June, May. Look at that all-time high, $2,000. Yeah, like just erase that off. But even right here, $75. $80. That's a 20x. You get it back up in the air. Because it came down to 28 and came back up to 84. I know there's a lot of people talking about it. I like it. 2000 ICP for 8 years. All right, I don't know for the year. All right, Terry, thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. Don't be a stranger. Do I have my Atom locked up too? Yes, I do. Exodus gives Exodus wallet. That's where I have majority of my stuff staked. Because to me, as far as hot wallets are concerned, to me, it's one of the most secure hot wallets. It's not the most secure wallet, because the most secure wallet we all know is Trezor, or one of them that you put on a USB drive. It's offline cold wallet. I'm too lazy for it. I know I'm gonna kick myself in the ass one day for it, but whenever I get $100 something to buy a cold wallet, I end up just buying crypto with it. That's just the way my thoughts are. When I get extra money, I'm like, okay, what crypto am I buying? But Exodus does have some good staking, because I'm staking VET on there, staking Solana on it, staking, I think I make a little bit off Cardano, and staking Atom. And at one time, they had like 23 and 24% staking on Atom. And again, I've been in Atom for years. So, but again, I was also buying it at $30 and $40. So, but I bought it all the way down. I bought it at $7, $6, and $5 and stuff. I haven't really bought it at this level, just because I think I have a good amount. And I don't know. George one day talked about some of the tokenomics with Atom getting jacked up and maybe increasing some tokens, so it would mess up the price a little bit. So I just didn't want to mess with it anymore. Vet Vitho. It's Vitho, and then but also they have a the gas token. And this is one that I keep DCing a lot into, because the all-time high on this, let me shrink it down so y'all can see it, is like, again, this is what I'm doing. Nobody needs to follow this or anything like that. This is just, y'all ask me, I'm just kind of telling you what I'm doing. But the all-time high on this was 4 cents. 4 cents. So if you do the math on that, that's pretty good if it goes back to 4 cents. So I buy a decent chunk of that, and I can put that in my Exodus wallet also. You don't hear a lot of people talk about it though. So maybe they know something I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with all that. What else? I have my Atom locked up on my ledger. I can't remember, like 15 or 20%. Atom normally has some pretty good staking, no matter where you stake it at. It seems to have some pretty good staking. Who fought it? He said he was in UK. All right, anything else going on? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna need another drink after looking at this one. Oh, you just keep scrolling down. How come nobody? Oh, this is painful. I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. Woo! I'll show up to all these people getting booted out this project. That's all I can wonder is, are these people getting booted and removed out the project? Their devices are dead. They lose their NFT. All these people selling $100. You know, it's, or is this a wallet right here another moneymaker one? That's the problem with this. Is you don't know which ones are moneymaker, the bots or legit people. This XDS Z5A has to be a moneymaker. One of these bots. Because it's all over the place. But dude, that's painful. Oh God. My head hurts. Son of a biscuit. Look at these daily candles. Ooh, hope they got a plan for this. That's all I can say. Might be time to sell some NFTs, man. Keep my entropy ashes going and sell all my extra NFTs. That's sad. Again, I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know what if it's all, because normally the moneymaker bots, they call moneymaker bots or whatever they call money market bots or whatever. All they doing is just showing transactions and they're showing money movement and stuff like that to draw interest, make volume and stuff like that. But I know when I did a deep dive into the other money maker, whatever it is, bot, which was the one, which one was it? I don't know. One of them. When you looked after like 2 or 3 days, it was an even wash. Like when you looked into the wallet of it, it was an even wash. It was adding, subtracting. Nobody was technically moving tokens out. It was, nobody was sipping anything from it. I sat there and added them up and it was dead on the money. It's buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling. Different amounts, but at the end of the day, it all zeroes out. Oh God. My head hurts. I'm gonna need a stiffer drink now. Hey man, they said they got a plan, but this is, I don't know. I gotta move on. Let's see. Let's see where whose fault it is at. Rumbly Zeus in there again. Crypto Willie's in there every week. Who fought it passed on us, huh? Maybe these tokens getting burned like this, all these tokens getting burned every week is doing a positive. Nope. Maybe I spoke too soon on that one too. Damn. I think everybody's just taking the ESP32. Look at this. I think everybody's taking the ESP32 money project and running, huh? Because this project right here, if you take money, you're done. There ain't no Jeter the leader coming and giving you 5 days or 6 or 7 days. Like, you're locked out. You can't get any more of the daily rewards. You can't claim them. You can't do anything, basically, until you put back those tokens or burn. So if you take $50 out, you have to burn $200 worth of tokens out of your wallet to get back into this, or put the $50 worth back. So to me, these people should all be basically locked out. Junk coin. Ooh, man. And, I need a laugh. Is there anybody left in Irwin that has attempted to do anything? Anybody? Because I've been asking on every video, nobody's answered me. Is there anybody left in Irwin, the cat project, cat in the hat in the box project? Is there anybody left in that project that has tried to do some type of, these kitties love to burn, because nobody's ever answered me anymore about none of my rewards showing up in my wallet. But it's true. Like, look, this is all burned boxes. For those who are familiar with this project, apparently there's not a lot of y'all in there because I don't hear much of y'all talking about it. I don't even know when the last time I tried to. I know Monday I recharged my box. But again, what's the whole point of doing all that? Let's see what Irwin says. Irwin. So it says my last claim was September 1st. Okay. Last claim was September 1st. When you go into Irwin, the last thing was June 9th. So I don't want nobody to think I'm lying. Nobody can get back to me. Nobody's answering questions about like nothing. Nothing. So this September 1st is bullshit. But nobody else is complaining about it on Discord. So apparently it's just me. It's just me. What is that 0.00 number? On their Discord, I think the price and the liquidity is so low now, it won't even register. Token data 0. I think the liquidity is so low right now, it just won't even register. You got whatever this number is, 1,300 box opens, 1,500 burned. But I mean, you get one message a day in Discord. Nobody talked today in Discord. Yeah, one message yesterday at 6 p.m. You had 2 and 1 a.m. I mean, it's big talkers. And then you go back a couple of days, and then you got one word here. So Rob's still around. Like, people are like, oh, Rob's busy. Can you, like, what? Hey, Rob, what the hell's going on, dude? I like this project. I thought it was cool. I thought the whole cool Irwin Schrodinger project, and it was a cool way to keep up with it. And I just thought it was a cool project. ESP32. But the liquidity is so low, even if you try taking $5 out, it fails. So I don't know what's going on with Irwin. Grumpy Dad Discord, make sure you're in it. Forge for Energy is another project that everybody was talking about, got all big, and you don't hear anything. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna leave this Discord open. I'm thinking about moving this source for energy down to. Oh, I was supposed to start. I was gonna start a kind of like not abandoned, but a read only old section down here or something like that, and move some of these over to it. You know, people ask for certain projects and there's been really no movement on it. Oh, look right here, archive. I thought I did that. And if somebody wants it back active, I'll just put it back active. It ain't no big deal. Oh man. All right. It's been a crazy day. What else? Anything else, guys? Ladies and gentlemen? I don't know who farther wants me to do a video on what was it, moving GeoNet to Solana chain. So I got that planned for Saturday. Tomorrow, when I get off of work, I'm working at the local football game at the high school. So I won't be on at all doing any videos, anything like that. So y'all get a break from me at least for one night. And then Saturday, supposed to be going to the Hunt Lease to do some work, but I need my four-wheeler for it. Last time I went to the Hunt Lease, I was in my wife's SUV and I had to carry stuff on my shoulder to my food plots. I'm not doing that again. Too old for that. So if I get my truck, I'm planning on going to the Hunt Lease. So I'm sure I'll do a Saturday drive video. I know those are probably boring as hell to y'all, but to me, it's cool just to, a Saturday drive. A Saturday drive, kind of like a Sunday drive. You're just talking about different things going on in crypto and stuff, and keeps the channel going because I've learned that by taking breaks, YouTube really kills me on the algorithm. So I got to keep doing videos. Y'all gonna have to just bear with me. I'm sorry. I know I was up to, what was I up to? 33,000 subscribers, 33,000.8. So we've had a jump. Those Wingbit news videos and stuff, and even though I sit here and make fun of Wendy O with her clickbait works. I hate to say it. I'm not gonna do some really stupid clickbait like her, but and no disrespect to her because she does have some decent knowledge that, I've learned some things from, but I ain't doing all the crazy clickbait stuff, I can tell you. But clickbait works. You go look at some of those views and stuff on them videos. Oh, I need that video for moving GeoNet. It's coming. I gotta learn how to do it myself. Don't tell everybody that, but I gotta go learn to do it myself. And then I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. Yeah. And like all my GeoNets on Exodus. So, the way I do it, what I'm concerned with is the way I have to do it through Exodus. Is that gonna be the same way that y'all have to do it? If y'all have kept that on app, or if y'all got that on Phantom or MetaMask, what was that, Polygon token or something before that, Matic or whatever. I got to figure that out and pass that on to y'all. So I'm sure it won't be the last project that's changing chains and stuff before it's over with. So does cleavage. Well, brother, if y'all saw my cleavage, it would go the opposite way. My views and subs would go down. My wife at her age doesn't want to show cleavage anymore. She thinks 40 is the next 60. And I keep trying to tell her, you're 40, you're not 60. But, she thinks that's just me saying it because, but, quick story, you say that, but quick story, this is a quick story. My side business right here, CB Synthetics, for those who don't know it, it's Amsoil, which is a oil producer. They produce their own synthetic oil, USA made since the 70s, extended oil change, a lot of racing, people are into it, motorcycles, people into it stuff. And there's a guy who I know years ago who told me how he bought his wife some enhancements, and he wanted to use that as a tax write-off. And I thought he was joking and laughing. But he has a story where Amsoil had these women's tank tops, and his wife, who's this skinny, went bigger than she probably should have, but is there ever too big? Whatever. And he was trying to get this large auto parts place, retail commercial shop, to start carrying Amsoil for him. And when he would walk in once a week, the manager there, or owner, or whatever it was, would not pay him any attention. He would say, yeah, look, I'm not interested right now. I'm not interested right now. Well, that's fine. So he told me literally the 5th time he went out there 4 times himself, asked for the guy would blow him off. He sends his wife in there with the tank top. She signs him up within 10 minutes, and she can't answer the question, what's the difference between a quart of oil and a gallon of oil? And then when they leave, after she signs him up, they leave. The next week, he goes to service the client. And the guy says, look, I'm sorry, man. Look, I ended up signing with somebody else with an Amsoil account. The guy's like, yeah, I know, that was my wife. I'm glad you met her. And the owner just sat there. But these guys who do these trade shows and stuff, like the hunting shows and the fishing shows and the outdoor shows and 18-wheeler shows and stuff, they always got some woman with them. Even when we go to these communication conferences, you got these women in these 5-inch heels with these skirts on that are so tight they can't walk, with enhancements and all this other stuff, enhancements here and enhancements here. And sure enough, these cops and these old admin guys get lured in like a fish that sees a shiny lure. And then you end up going to talk to the booth. And the girl's like, oh, how you doing? Giggly, giggly, giggly. Okay, well, here's the sales guy, Jim. And Jim's this guy who's 320 pounds and balding, 60-something years old. And these guys are like, God dang it, I fell for it again. So that was my long story to your cleavage comment. But, I tried to tell my wife, let me put you on YouTube a couple of times. She don't want nothing. She won't even watch my videos there. I'm like, look, just do one video from me talking about a crypto and just wearing a bikini. Nope. So I told her, like, I'll pay for your nails to get done and your hair to get done, and I'll do it as a tax write-off. And I kind of had a halfway interested in that. And then she's like, yeah, but I got to show my face. No, I'm not doing it. Oh, well. So I tried. Hey, listen, we can joke all we want. I'm not the first person. Look, and if somebody's offended, I'm sorry. But I always speak in facts. Just like I did my video on Saturday about when I was driving and I was worried about getting carjacked. I'm sure there's somewhere somebody got offended by that. Guarantee it. If enough people watch the video, I guarantee somebody got offended. But it's the truth. I don't care what town you live in. There are certain areas of Chicago most people won't go drive down. Why is that? Is it rude to say that? Would you go drive in certain areas, in Compton? In New Orleans, when I was at the areas I grew up in now, it's between the Vietnamese and the Mexicans are having almost like a turf war, from what I'm told by people still in that area. The whites left, the blacks left, because that's how rough it got. And let me tell you something. Me and Who Farted talked about it the other day. Them Vietnamese don't play. They don't play. So, but it's fact. Like, I know it hurts some people's feelings. Some people get offended, but it's fact. It ain't like I'm saying, I think that might be a better. No. You got stats to back it up, but somebody will get offended. Somebody will get pissed off. Somebody will say something. It's just like the thing with the women. Somebody would get offended by that. If there was a woman watching right now, she might get offended. But it is fact. Why do you think they have ring girls and different things like that? They don't have ring men. And in bikinis, the girl who was the ring girl, was it Sophie? Not Sophie. Sophie's the basketball player. I can't remember her name. The girl who was the ring girl for the Mike Tyson and John Paul fight or whatever. She's in a movie now. Do you think she's in a movie because she has an IQ of Einstein? No, because when she wore a dress after that come down to her belly button, somebody's like, I'm putting her in a movie. Girl never acted in her life. Why do you think that is? It's fact. You want to go back and look at for those who were in the beginning, watching this in the beginning. You want to see about sick people in crypto? I don't even know how I started following this girl. Here you go. Look at this. I just scrolled down. What do y'all think she's offering the crypto? But yet she does a live once or twice a week where she's not buying nothing but goofy meme coins. And if you would see the simps that's a new word. Like when I was growing up, I never heard simps before. That's y'all new generation word. Following this girl in the stuff they're saying. Like every guy who thinks they're going to pay her a compliment is going to get a magic date with her. I don't even think she's in the United States. And even somebody made comments about Miss Teen Crypto. You listen to her, she knows her stuff. But she's found Jesus and she's going to church, and that's all she talks about now is church. So you don't see all the cleavage like you were seeing. But this is just facts, guys. Like I know somebody get upset, or somebody's going to take a little snippet of what I'm saying and try to make it out to be. This is my homeboy right here. This dude's in one of our I love this dude to death. He's the most that is a perfect example of stereotyping somebody. You see somebody with the tattoos and stuff like that, but this dude's in our entropy chat with us. When I tell you he's all about God and Jesus and he wants the best, I think he's got, some kind of walking issue. Like I think he has crutches or something. I don't know. But dude, they gifted him something like a free Ashley. The dude was like crying. Like he is the coolest dude. He's more worried about everybody else. I hope everybody else is doing well. Awesome dude. Completely awesome dude. Like I hope if I ever can go to an entropy thing like I'm talking about, I hope I can meet People's Market Crypto. This dude is genuine and he's badass and I love him to death. I've never met him before, but just the fact that he comes in to our chat and starts talking to us or what he posts on X, you can just tell who the genuine dudes are. And for a guy who's had health issues and stuff, he's had a bunch of health issues and he don't come in there complaining. He's like, how are y'all doing? How, hope y'all are blessed. Like that's real dude. That's a real dude. I don't know if y'all know him or not, but badass. Oh, Jesus. Let me see what else. Is anybody watching this? Because people were talking about this was a horrible TV show. This Solana, is this like a Solana TV show like The Real Housewives of Solana or something like that? I don't know if y'all have watched that or not. Glasses USA, Wendy O, Brusho. So, that's what, look at this one. So all I follow, anybody that's on here is crypto related. I'm not even going to click on this picture. Y'all going to go find yourself if you want to see a picture. Brusho. I don't know how long it's been since I've been in Brusho when I told y'all about Brusho the first time, but I can tell y'all that I finally need to charge my Brusho. It's been at least a month, if not longer. So I'm down to 20% on my Brusho, and it's finally time to brush my Brusho. Brush my Brusho. Oh, Jesus. Charge my Brusho. So I know the reason I bring it up is some of y'all were asking, how long will it go without a charge? I brush at the very least twice a day. And, so it looks like August 27th was my first day with Brusho. August 27th. So you're looking at a month, and I have 20% battery still left. So I know some of y'all were asking, I know some of y'all are asking how long will the battery last on Brusho if you have to charge it every day. Nope. My charging base is here in my office and my YouTube studio, and the Brusho thing is in my bathroom, of course. When I go in there at night, take a shower at night when I'm done sweating over Call of Duty, and the little kids keep killing me and cursing me out and kneeling on my head and stuff, teabagging and all the stupid stuff that they were supposed to be getting rid of. Damn 6-year-olds. So I take my shower, brush my teeth, and then wake up in the morning, go to work, brush my teeth. So twice a day for 60 days almost, and I'm still at 20%. So I know some of y'all are asking. That's why I'm talking about that. Oh, what else? Sam Price is a good dude too. I didn't meet him, but I've found out about him through BitBoy's channel when they used to do the around the block thing. He's a good dude. He knows. You want to talk about somebody who knows TA? That dude knows some TA. Knows some TA. And every now and then he seems like he's a little over the top, but then sometimes he's very humble. Like it's, he's a cool dude. Oh. The blonde broker. Anybody? So is she boxing and giving out TA advice at the same time? Tell you, I hope everyone's had a blessed. This is a cool dude, cool cat. I'm telling y'all. I don't know who here is in entropy with us, but I really want to meet this dude one day, bro, and just tell him, like, I know he's got health issues. I know he's got some stuff down his life, and he don't push it on nobody. Like he's like all about helping everybody else. I wish I could be halfway that positive about life. If you watch this video, my video's for longer than 5 minutes, you realize it's not me. Oh. After you claim your wings, you still have to wait longer for it to move to your wallet. But I thought you couldn't claim wings for 7 days. I'll be honest with you. Listen, I know I like to be the badass rule breaker and stuff like that. And I don't go along with rules in society and stuff. I don't claim wings. I just don't. I've claimed them once or twice when y'all have asked me about something and stuff like that, but I don't claim my wings. I haven't claimed my wings in months and months. They keep telling us that they're keeping their own, ledger or whatever you want to call it on what we've made since day one. I still question if my numbers are even correct, because in one place they got these numbers, another place they got these numbers, and it doesn't really add up. But them guys know that if my numbers are screwed up, I'm going to tell them. I don't sit there and worry about. I don't claim my wings. They've said you don't have to. They're keeping their own account of what they owe you. I'm just not doing it. Some projects they want you to claim 375 AI every Monday. I claim, even though it's on testnet, I claim. But some others don't. I just, so we got like 5% on day one, then 7. Well, I think the drops are going to happen every day, if I'm not mistaken. Every day. Oh, that's a good question. I thought for 365 days, whatever you make in testnet, if you let's just say you made 10,000 wings in testnet. If you divide, let's say it's 10,000 wings, that's included your 20% bonus for mining during testnet. And you have to have a device that stays online during mainnet to get that 20%. So, if we're going to say that was 10, let's just follow just to make life easy. It's 10,000 wing tokens. You divide that up by 365. That's technically 27 tokens a day. To me, I was under the assumption that those testnet tokens are going to come 27, 27, 27, 27 every day for 365 days. But the tokens you're mining today, let's say mainnet started yesterday, the tokens you mine today, if you made 120 tokens today, those are not coming for 7 days down the line. Then the tokens you mine tomorrow being Friday, you're not going to get till next Friday, but you're still going to get those 27 tokens every day. That's how I understand it. I could be completely wrong. I'm trusting in that they're going to get it right. I'm trusting in that they know they got thousands and thousands and thousands of eyes watching this, that they know they can't screw up. And somebody's going to tell them, hey, I think you jacked this up. You know, they've been doing testnet this long to make sure the reward mechanisms are right. But technically they haven't tested the whole, hey, we're spreading testnet tokens out over 365 days, plus giving you 5%, plus doing this and this. And then they also have to give us, for people like me who bought 20, I think it was like 20 hexes to mine. Might have been more than that. I don't know. In the beginning, they owe me that money too. So that money is coming in the beginning also. That's not getting spread out like originally said. So I have to figure out what that is also. I don't know if that's all going to be lumped together or separate also. Yes, DJ Angel 28. Yes, I am definitely making, that's the whole reason I'm getting one. I'm definitely making a video on the Nubula. Even though it has been out for some time now, I'm still going to do one. And that's part of me getting one. And I don't know where I'm setting it up yet. I'm going to tell you, I would really like to set it up in Mississippi because I have 2 weather stations here at my house, a Weather XM and a Davis. And I got, what I told you, 4 at my office. Weather XM, Weatherbug, Davis, and some other one that's always going offline. So I don't need another one there. I don't need one on Lake Pontchartrain. We got one there. I don't need one by the Mississippi River. I got one there. So like, I don't know where I'm setting it up at. That's going to be my biggest thing, because wherever I set it up at, if I set up in Mississippi around my hunting lease, I have to find some place with internet. So I don't know what I'm doing yet. But I'm planning on doing that. And listen, I know some of y'all against it, but depending on how funds look next week or the week after, I'm really trying to get a node, just because I want to get a node. Whether, you know, I've covered some in the video, the nodes between that and 2 or 3 other projects. I'd like to get involved in a node just to have a computer sitting here running, or even at, you know, somewhere else that has backup power and backup internet fiber or something like that. But running a node off in the corner just to say that is truly passive income. I don't have to worry about this device getting shocked by lightning or going offline. Hopefully, you know, it's not a physical device. I really would like to do a node. I just, watching 1 or 2 videos so far about this node, I don't know. Looking at the way the rewards are going to be split and the way the rewards are going to be paid out, I don't know if Nubla is the one for me. Just In Case did a pretty good video on, for those of you who know Just In Case is, he did a pretty good video on these nodes. And he brings up some pretty good points about the rewards and stuff like that. I mean, there's 16,000 nodes. If nodes are just going on sale and just about to drop on Helium Deploy, I'm like, how is there 16,000 nodes already? I want to find the tokenomics on the nodes. That's what I'm looking for. I wonder if that's on helium deployed. Does anybody know about that? Oh, let's see what they got. Helium deployed, Nubula. Probably need this. Helium, Nubula. See, Nubula node dropped 715. So that must be just they're getting it. Like I wouldn't pay for this other one. So there's just in case right there. Tell you this is he actually did a pretty good video. I watched it yesterday. So they got newbie and they got better token. What's the difference between the better token, B3TR token? I don't know. I did. I'm trying to think. I did. Tempe is another one. Yeah, I'm not spending this. And does anybody have an idea what 250 Nin Tempe is going to cost? I mean, it's going to be worth. This is another one. This is what these are tiny computers that cost a couple $100 maybe. Mm-hmm. Now, see, I've been hearing a lot about Beamable. So maybe if I don't want to do a Nubla node, I've been hearing a lot about Beamable. Beamable was the other one. I mean, they got their team docs right here on the front page. That was it. Tempe, Beamable. I don't know. Y'all gonna fall asleep waiting on me. Most of the nodes you will have to host a pay for host Nubla, you don't. I saw something with Milkman. I saw something with Nubla that it's another project that you don't get those tokens. You have to wait almost like 6 months to get 100% of your tokens. Like whatever you make today or whenever it gets dropped, weekly, whatever, you have to wait like 6 months. Justin was showing. That's what I was trying to find. I gotta register for Nubla. And that's what I was trying to find is Nubla token. See, the airdrop newbie followed. Also, newbie to newbie conversion. So 30 days, you get 25% withdrawable. And then 37% gets destroyed. Another 37% of it gets So that's what happens. If you try to draw out what you made within 30 days, 75% get taken from you. Half of it's destroyed, which it gets burned. The other rest of it goes into the mining pool. I guess that goes to everybody else. And you only get 25% of what you mined. 60 days, you get 50%, and the other 50 goes to everybody else or burned. Then 6 months, you get 100%, 0% is destroyed, 0%. And in nodes purchased before TGE will receive a one-time airdrop. Mining rewards account for 22.5% total token supply. So when is TGE? So Elias, I'm not gonna 100% promise this because my wife does a lot of Amazon ordering, and my daughter too. That's one thing she heard from my wife. But if Wings makes it to nickel, who fought it is going to take over the Grumpy Dad YouTube channel, and I'll send y'all postcards. I'll come in live every now and then. 5 cents. Look, I pray for it. I hope it. I hope. But that ain't close to my price prediction. But who knows? You got to remember, 10 billion token supply is a lot of tokens. I wish they would have dropped it even lower. A lot of us said that. At one time, it was, 100 billion? You were looking at zeros, more than 2. After the decimal before the number, if it would stay 100 billion. 10 billion. But we were also getting 100 and something, 1,000 something wings. So if you were getting 1,000 wings a day with 100 token supply, 100 billion, going to 10 billion, instead of making 1,000, you were making 100. So all you do is eat a 0. So technically, if we would have went to 1 billion tokens, the rewards would just ate another 0. You would have went to then 10 tokens a day, which for some people who are making 10 tokens a day now, it would have looked really bad because they would have been making 1 token a day, if not less. So, I still say, people ask me all the time, what's my token, and I'll start wrapping it up now. But I'll still say, you go to cryptocurrencies, and you look at tokens with a 10 billion market cap, circulating supply. Now, you remember, before y'all get excited and start thinking about GG, the X girl or whatever her name is, GG, this is also a top 100 token. So, now you go to token supply and you go to 10 billion. And this is what you're looking at. And realistically, this is kind of what I'm thinking, maybe a little on the high side of what I'm thinking as a new token just coming out. 1 cent, 1.3, 1.7. This is kind of like, I'd be ecstatic if we even get to this. And this is what I'm trying to be realistic with y'all. $10 billion tokens, 10 billion tokens, 10 billion tokens. That's what I'm thinking. That's just me being real with you. I'd much rather guess low and count on it being this, and then it goes to 1.5, 2 cents and be ecstatic. But truly, this is what I'm kind of trying to prepare for. And I think you got people who are thinking way higher than this. And this is what I've told y'all about Wingbits for months now, is when it releases at this price, people are not going to give it a month or two to go up. People are going to see this price and think it's a rug pull. People are going to think that it's a joke. People are going to think whatever. Just like they did with Silencio. They found out what Silencio's price was going to be when the token released, and they deemed it trash before it even got a chance to hit the market. And this is my number one fear. For some people, if you're making 800 or 900 tokens a day, you're not upset with this. If you like me with 15 stations and you're making, I don't even know what to make, 2,000, 3,000 tokens a day, maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. It's been a long day. I got a problem with this number. You know, y'all tell me what y'all think. Is a penny starting out if Bitcoin, if Wingbits releases tomorrow with a penny? I'm making $30 a day. I think that's a little high. I don't think I'm quite making 3,000. No, I'm definitely not making that. Per month? Per year? And that's at a penny. Y'all tell me, do y'all think a penny is, I saw somebody say $1. I'm like, $1? I'm going to witness protection if it's $1. Put my kids in witness protection if it's $1. Reward top earners. I saw you voted on the free flights thing. But this is my thing. Maybe I'm built different. So let's say Wingbits has this program where you can cash in, or you can get free flights, aircraft pillows for the little pillows when you're flying and stuff like that. Or whatever else they offered, gift cards. Are you really going to turn in your wings for that? Like, I'm not. Look, I think it's cool that they're offering these other things, and some people might think that let's be honest. Again, this is me being honest, that y'all could think I'm being a grumpy a-hole. But let's be honest. If they do it where, hey, you can exchange X amount of wings for an airfly ticket or for a pillow or for a gift card, half the people are going to cry saying that's way too expensive. I can't believe y'all want to charge me 1,000 tokens or whatever it is. I'm pulling that off the top of my head. Am I right? I mean, are y'all really going to trade in wings tokens that could possibly go up? Possibly. To me, if the project's being done right, alt season's coming up, it goes up, are you going to feel a little dirty that y'all got rid of tokens for some of these things? Some people know, hey, I got something tangible in my hand. I did all this wing work, and I got a pillow for my wife, and I got a gift card for me, whatever else, flight insurance, I don't know. So who fought it thinks it might be extra rewards? Listen, I've been wrong before. I don't think it's going to be extra rewards. I think it's a mechanism that for some people who might not want to cash out, or because of the country they live in or the exchange they got, maybe they just don't want to cash out. And it's an alternate means of getting rewards. Hey, we're going to sell you this crypto pillow or whatever, this aircraft pillow or this Wingbits cup for X amount of tokens. And you'll be able to use your tokens to purchase that. Now, my question is, I know I love the project to death, but I'll call out things, is Actually, them have made it no secret. That's why they kind of slimmed down their store a little bit. Remember the Wingbit store they had? Because they were having so many logistics issues that they didn't want to have to keep up with shipping and the storefront. And when shipping didn't show up, people complaining about it on Discord that, hey, I bought this at the store, it didn't show up. Then you find out that the post office lost it. You know, like me, I'm order stuff all the time from Amazon. It gets stuck behind a file cabinet in Baton Rouge somewhere. It just seems like it always gets stuck in the same post office before it comes here. You think somebody will look into that? But anyway, I digress. They said they really didn't want to kind of mess with that. They wanted to concentrate more on the project and stuff. But if you start this whole store thing with cashing in tokens, aren't they right back into shipping and stuff? I don't know. You know, I'd rather see them concentrate on the project and make the project the best it possibly can be. And I think we took a huge step last week. I was excited as hell because y'all know me. I'm an a-hole. And I love the fact that, and that's why I did a video and I even advertised that video, paid out of my pocket to push that video, because certain people's lives, as some of y'all have seen them, Joe, and different ones like that, who were on their lives saying, Wingbits is going to burn and fail, crash and burn, no pun intended, because nobody's buying it. You can get that free from FlightAware and stuff. Wingbits are going to crash and burn. Oh, yeah? Well, we're not backing up the bus to come pick you up, brother. Sorry. We study ahead. Use a Wings reward card and earn reward and wings while mining. Get a one-way flight for a wife. You let Wingbits go for $1, there'll be a one-way ticket for the wife. She might not be upset about it either. Hey, here's your bag with your money in it. Here's a one-way ticket to Cancun. There'll be a pool boy there waiting for you that can, with a Speedo on, that can get you all the drinks and wine you want. And you don't have to worry about teaching them more, teaching these little kids that parents are ungrateful and stuff like that. And you don't have to worry about it again. She'd probably be halfway out the door by the time I finished explaining it to her. See ya. I ain't got to go to work no more. She tells me if I got to hear once a week, I'm not joking. She don't know what Wingbits is. So it's just like, hey, did that project hit yet? Hey, did that project hit yet? I got to go to work next week. Hey, that project. And I keep trying to, Wingbits ain't going to be a project that you can retire from work. Hey, Bitcoin, everything's Bitcoin. Did your Bitcoin hit yet? Did your Bitcoin hit yet? Hey, you know, the refrigerator broke. Did your Bitcoin hit yet? And I'm like, oh, Jesus. So she's waiting for Wingbits to go main as much as I am. 20 wings for a bag of nuts. That's what she said. Every airport needs wings. The one-way ticket. About, I don't know what top earners. What else? About 2,000 points. Milkman talking about Nubla. I wouldn't go out the way to find. But see, I need weather at my hunting camp. I need to know if it's raining. I need to know if it's cool. I need to know if it's cold. I need to know if it's hot. Like when I'm getting up to get dressed, I want to see a weather station in that area that tells me this is what the weather is. Right now, there isn't one. So that's why I was contemplating putting the Nubla there so I could actually see what that weather was in my location by my deer lease, by my deer stand, if I can get internet to it. I don't think it's really worth me putting a cell card, doing a box, like 619's doing and stuff like that. I don't think it's worth that, but I am negotiating as we speak that spot in Mississippi. If y'all saw my live Tuesday, there's a super hex for GeoNet with a buddy of mine who has a spot in that super hex. Now I might put a GeoNet with the Wingbits, which will also be running Earn node and stuff like that. And I can add Nubla there or another weather XM station, but either way, and I can put all that in the same box. That's a thought. So, that's the problem. At the hunt lease, there's no Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi at the camp house, but I don't know if I'd put it there. Because it's just gonna look like a dick move, and if I don't join back that hunting lease next year because I find something better, or the year after that, and I take down my weather station, and people can't get the weather anymore, it just looks like a dick move. Who knows? Or Nubla might not be around in 2 years. Who knows? I believe it will. I wouldn't be messing with it. I'm just saying. Where the spot in Mississippi, where the super hex is, that's wide open by GeoNet, I'd be putting a box like 619 has, with a battery in it, with a cell device in it, cellular for Wi-Fi, and that thing in there. I'm working on that right now. We just swapped a bunch of old 4G or LTE, not Wi-Fi's, but like Cradle Point, Sierra wireless modems and stuff, and we chunked them all in the box in the corner. We'll never use them again because they're 4G. We swapped them all out with 5G. They're going to throw them away. I'm like, you better put them things right in the corner. They don't have service on them because we moved that service to 5G, static IPs and stuff, to the new style. But I at least have the boxes so that I don't have to worry about buying a box on eBay. I can use those that are junk. And then I just we have a stack of SIM cards for FirstNet or AT&T, and I think even has some for Verizon. But they don't have service on them. They're just a new, what it is, we just take a new SIM card, shove it into the Cradle Point, or shove it into a phone, or shove it into whatever we need to shove it into. And then we call or we email our rep with FirstNet, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, whatever it is, and say, hey, this is the IMEI number. This is the FirstNet. This is the SIM card. Activate it. But for me, a personal account, of course, with my cell phones on it, I would just tell my sales girl that, hey, this is going on my personal, so you charge me, don't get me in trouble at work, you charge me for that Sierra modem or whatever like that. And I would just do that in that box for Mississippi. It's just that you're still spending $50 a month on it, or depending on who you hook it up through. You just want to make sure that you're making that kind of money. If you're just breaking even, because there's going to be a hosted device. Y'all saw the person Tuesday, I don't want to say his name because I don't know, start the mess, nothing, but he offered me a Weather XM, but so then you got to do a host agreement. Well, what's the host percentage going to be? By the time you do the host percentage, it's not like the Wingbits stations are going, even though there's no Wingbit station. It's a perfect example. There's no Wingbit station within 100 plus miles around that part of Mississippi, but there's still probably Axie's station on the East Coast, my station in Louisiana, my buddy's station in Tennessee. They're all hitting that same kind of area. So I'll be stepping on them. But they're not getting like number one hexes. I'd be getting number one hexes in the area. But again, my whole point of all that is you got to make sure it's cost effective. I got to go buy an outdoor box. I got to go buy that. Probably buy another. Well, no, because I'll be moving a Wingbits DIY station from wherever it's at now. That will have a 5.5 dBi antenna. I can move that to where I am. But still, I got to come up with all that stuff. Australian government will take my wings. They own the airports. This is like the male version of that Dolly Parton radio show movie. I don't know what that is. The Dolly Parton radio show. I mean, I watched 9 to 5 100 times with Dolly Parton in it. As a young kid, that's when I knew I was heterosexual. Just saying, All right, guys. If we haven't done enough to get kicked off the air by YouTube, we can always start talking politics and do it in, put the nail in the coffin. But, I need another drink of bourbon first. Put it in the attic. Put what in the attic? You can't put the Nubla in the attic. At least it'll never be windy, and they're gonna think it's 100+ degrees. It's 90-something degrees during the day still up down here in Louisiana. You go in the attic, right? Tell you what, I can't lose weight no matter if I'm going to the gym or not. Probably just need to go sit in the attic for 30 minutes a day. I'll melt it off, or melt my skin off, one of the two. I don't know how these guys are going doing air conditions up there. It's got to be 130, 140 degrees up there with no wind. Oh, Jesus. Couldn't imagine. So, all right, boys and girls, I appreciate everybody. We have more people watching the live on Tuesday. I don't know if I had a more meaningful subject, but I'm gonna tell you though, I still have, maybe I need to change times again. It's hard enough as it is for me to find times, but you know, the most I normally gets 15 to 18, 19 people viewing the live. So I'm not like George yet getting hundreds of people, but the views after overnight, the next day, I'm getting hundreds and hundreds of views on the live. I can't believe they sit here for 2 or 3 hours watching it, but they do, because you can see the you know, people must have long, boring rods to work or something. So, you know, we'll keep it rolling like this. I appreciate it. All right. To me, I just like chit-chatting with y'all. I know some people will get nothing out of it because you can watch, like I'm losing losing watchers right now. But me, I can just chit-chat with y'all, you know, and that's why I think some people want me to do it on Discord. Just open up a chat room and chit-chat with y'all. But this is open to everybody, where Discord, I think, is going to limit people. So I don't know. Yeah, smash the like button. Thanks, Milkman. I can always forget that. Y'all notice in videos, I forget that too half the time. I'll tell y'all that sometimes in the beginning, hit the little like button on the bottom. And, you know, majority of people don't. Not that they don't like it. I just think they just don't do it. I'm not gonna, I'll even sit here and tell you that when I watch all of George's videos and Alex and all these other ones and Tyler, I want to do the like, and I'm thinking, hey, I gotta make sure I hit the like button, and I don't half the time, unless they say, go hit the like button. So I appreciate it. All right, boys and girls, I got 7 p.m. work, so I run my bring your stream at the same time when I drive home. Cool deal. Hey, I know, you know, legally, I'm not supposed to be saying this, but I do most of my crypto homework driving in the car. You know, in the morning, sometimes I got Cryptos R Us George he's streaming live. Lunchtime, I'm sitting there eating lunch where most people are talking. I sit at people like, how can you go eat lunch alone? I'm not eating lunch alone. I eat lunch with Tyler. Who the hell's Tyler? Tyler and Crypto. The dude's hilarious. 17 to 20 minutes. And I have my headphones in while I sit there and eat my po' boy. For those of y'all not Louisiana, it's like a hoagie. But I eat my po' boy with roast beef, and the roast beef gravy's going down my arms. It's like a roast beef bath. But anyway, you know, and on the way home, I'm watching whoever I'm watching, you know, Wendy, and that's how I get some of my crypto news. Depending on who it is to watch. You know, I'm not watching GG on X. That's for sure. Run off the road. Yeah. Well, McMahon, supposedly there's a way, and I've tried to do it 2 or 3 times, but I found different YouTubes. I found different things. It's kind of convoluted, but there's supposed to be a way that when, like my initial plan when I started doing these through OBS, there's supposed to be a way that I can live stream this through X, Twitch, TikTok. I can't stand TikTok, but anyway, you know, that's what people follow. TikTok and Discord all at the same time. The video would show up, but for some reason, pathing, if that's the word, piping the audio through, you have to make like virtual this and stuff like that to get it through. One day I will test it out. One day I'll get it working. It's just that I'm the same way. Like today, I went and picked up, it's just me and my daughter tonight. My wife had something going on at school after meeting with teachers and stuff like that, conference thing. So me and my daughter, so I'll go pick up pizza, picked up a new bottle of Bywater bourbon. For those who've been here long enough, y'all know what that is. And because I needed that today after the 911 outage. By the time I get home, it's 6:50. I changed shirts, sit down. I did no prep. I feel horrible because I'm doing no prep, but y'all are used to that by now. Y'all still here. And I start the countdown thing. Sometimes the countdown thing starts at 6:55 my time. So right at 7 o'clock, the countdown thing ends. Sometimes I started at 6:57. Sometimes I'm still on my way home, and my daughter knows how to set up OBS now because she's had to do it so many times for me. She'll have to come in here, start up my computer, start up OBS, start up the countdown thing for me. And then I'm like running in here, changing shirts. God forbid y'all see me with no shirt on. And I'm just getting stuff like that's, so I don't have time to set up this with X, with Discord, with TikTok and stuff like that. Isn't life of YouTube all to make, you know, people like, you doing YouTube videos, make money. Dude, I make $1.75 a video. Even the ones that are like this for 2 and 3 hours long. I don't make as much on lives that I do. My number one paying, because somebody asked me the other day, my number one paying video, which is probably hard to believe, is my Monday videos. Yes, they're an hour, a little over an hour long, but I would just think that people, and you can see it in the stats, people skip through with chapters. I have no problem with that. I cannot watch hour-and-a-half long videos. I can barely watch Tyler for 17 minutes straight. My ADD just gets me. So I know people skip chapters. That's why I put chapters in there. I tell you that's why I put chapters. But that is my number one paying throughout the week. Maybe about $2 a video. My other ones, 75 cents, maybe $1, maybe $1.10 if it's got more views than other ones. So people who think that I'm making all this money off YouTube, you know, and even like the code right here, the code helps y'all out way more than it helps me out. Because somebody's like, well, don't you make the 10%? No, brother, I don't make the 10%. Y'all getting 10% off. Helium Deploy or HiFix is giving me a percentage of the 10% off. And it ain't the 10%. So like when Wingbits devices go on sale, I do very well. The first time I saw when Wingbits first went on sale and a lot of people used my code, I fell backwards. I thought they had the comma in the wrong spot. I made some pretty good, helped me catch up on a lot of things, and I really appreciate that. But like while I enjoy using Brush Show and telling y'all about Brush Show, I make like 75 cents or something like that off everyone y'all buy. But yeah, it's all up. But that's what pisses me off, which brings me back to where we started this video at. I'm not going to rehash it, but where we started this live at and about the live yesterday is people talking shit on, and look, I'm not supposed to be cursing. I'm sorry. I apologize. But it shows you how pissed off I get. People don't know what the hell they're talking about on X, saying DEPIN projects are all about YouTubers shilling projects and making money off codes and making money off devices. Yeah, dude, I made 17 cents off your toothbrush. Thank you. Plus 75 cents off the video I made about it. Thank you. Shut up. That's what I tell people. The code helps y'all out. So people who are going to complain about crypto influencers having codes, then don't use the code. You show us. Go ahead, big boy. Show us. I'm going to pay full price on my $999 GeoNet Wingbits device. I'm going to show them. I ain't using that YouTuber's code. Really? Go ahead, dummy. Because I'm using it. I try to use my own code when I'm buying stuff. Y'all want to know a secret? Y'all know my little Amazon codes below? You want to talk about something I don't make any percentage off of? Like super duper low? Is like, I'll sit here when I want to buy something on Amazon, look for it, take the code, then open up another Chrome, paste the code just to try to make the money off my own commission. And it works. Again, it's like 17 cents. $1.10 on something that costs way more expensive. It ain't me taking baths in $100 bills like some people think. Oh man, Milkman sent me $2 hot dog money. I appreciate that. See, that's one thing I never asked for. Like, I know they got some lives that ask for super chats and stuff like that. I don't ask for it. I'm not one to ask for money. I don't ask for gifts. I actually use my code, but again, my channel is to help y'all out. That's why I never want to give y'all bad advice on like, should I buy Peak or something like that? I don't like that, because if Peak crashes down tomorrow, I will feel guilty as hell for talking about Peak tonight. If peak goes to 2 cents tomorrow, I will feel sick to my stomach that I spoke about peak in this live. That's me. So that's why I can't stand when people say all YouTubers. What's his name from Texas? I can't remember. I can't believe I remember. But on one of my first lives, my second lives, the dude gave me $100 super chat. I literally, if y'all go back and find that live, it took everything I had not to crack up. Like seriously, like cry, because like I don't ask for that. It's appreciative, and I don't know how to show appreciation because I'm such an a-hole. Like when I get gifts, my wife's like, "You don't look like you was happy." I'm like, inside, I am bawling happiness. I just don't know how to express it. It's a disease. I don't know. But I don't ask for it. I don't ask y'all to give me any kind of donations or anything like that. I don't even, like, I have YouTubers like, man, you need to be telling Helium Deploy and High Fix and this company and this company, send your devices, send your devices, so you can sit here and do videos. I can't do that. Like, it's just not me. Like, I just don't do it. You know, you need to be calling, or I don't want to say his name, but somebody said, yeah, man, I heard you talking about going to Dallas. You're going to the mining conference. You need to, these are the people running it. You tell them you have a YouTube channel, they're giving you free tickets. Like, that's not me, dude. Like, I guess I was brought up different. I don't go to friends' houses and drink and eat their food and stuff. I'm like, oh man, this is my house, is your house. Go find some refrigerator. That ain't me. I just don't do that. It may be in this business I should be, but you know, Helium Deploy sent me a rover. Thank you. You know, and I mentioned it and I was grateful for it and stuff like that. But I got certain YouTubers telling me, bro, you're cutting yourself off because you need to do that. And I just don't do it. That's just not me. And that's why it pisses me off when people talk about that. See, I don't have a subscription option. Like, YouTube constantly is emailing me about starting a subscription. But what am I offering for a subscription? That's just how I'm built. Like, I have nothing. Like, it's hard enough for me to do regular videos. So some people have subscriptions like give you a day early about, you know, videos or something like that. What am I going to offer in a subscription? And again, that's me also taking y'all's money. And I want y'all to put your money into these projects. I don't want y'all money. Listen, I still owe the IRS money. I still don't understand how. I paid thousands extra last year, but I guess it's the YouTube thing or something. I still owe a couple of payments from IRS. You know, my kids in college, I thought my son moving out and me not have to pay for his food at the house, I thought that would be saving me money. He's at college, costing me more than if he was living here. He's got a girlfriend. First time he's got a really serious girlfriend. He wants to keep taking her out to eat. Homeboy don't have a job. And I'm like, I told him straight up, brother, I'm not dating her. So I'm not paying for y'all. But my point is, my daughter's a senior. She plays sports. Dude, I got expenses, but I'm not going to sit and ask y'all for money. There's no way. Because someone's like, dude, you realize you got people that follow you. Look how many people use your codes. If you did a fundraiser saying Grumpy did this, there ain't no way, brother. That I didn't even do. People had a meme coin set up for me. People were sending me meme graphics and stuff for a meme coin. So there ain't no way. After I watched what happened to Hawk Tour and all these other ones, and all these people that trusted her got effed over, there ain't no way I'm putting y'all in that predicament. No. I still get people that say, bro, we need a grumpy crypto coin. Why? Why? Take your money and go buy crypto. Go buy some Peak, Vet, Solana, whatever. That's just how I'm built. And I'm here, despite what people think. Yes, I'm an a-hole. Yes, I go in these stupid rants and talk about grass not paying people for a year, and people think I'm an a-hole in that Discord. But generally, I'm looking out for y'all because I know there's a bunch of y'all in grass, and I feel like sometimes I'm y'all's voice. Some of y'all don't want to go in there, unless you're who farted. He don't care. But most people don't want to go to Discord and be an a-hole. I'm just joking. Who farted? Me and him are cool. But so sometimes I feel like I'm y'all voice, and I know they got people who say, a DEPIN project should be paying us once a year. And hey, oh, here's that grumpy dude, the a-hole. That's right. I'll wear that hat proudly. And I just feel like I'm y'all's voice sometimes. I feel like I'm helping y'all out sometimes. And I want y'all to be successful. And that's what this video is about. So when people want to sit here and say YouTubers out here for themselves, I could kick that dude square in his gonads. Oh. But like I said, like, what am I offering with a subscription? And what do I charge for subscription? $5, $10, $3. And I just feel like I'm not, because like when I do a video, like I'm supposed to, the proper way of doing a video with YouTube, if you look at all these YouTube videos, you're supposed to let it, I call it mellow. You're supposed to let it mellow out for almost 24 hours. You're supposed to upload it, because I put all these hashtags in there for all these different projects. That's why I say, make sure you press the like button, because the algorithm is going to push out, because of those hashtags I put in it. You're technically supposed to let it mellow on YouTube for 24 hours. I feel though that I'm so last minute putting out stuff. Like I'm doing a Monday update. I had to rename that to the weekly update, because yes, I'm sitting here for 4 hours on a Monday night doing the, excuse me, my Diet Coke's coming up. I'm sitting here on Monday doing this thing. It takes me literally 2 hours to make the video, 2 hours to edit it, if not more, and over an hour for Amazon to upload it and process it. It's 5 hours on what y'all see on that Monday night video. I can't get it uploaded before 11:59 my time on Monday. It's impossible. So then I try to rush it through, and I know I'm killing myself on views because I'm not letting it sit there and mellow as long as it should, because I feel like these videos are timely, or I just want to be first, like the thing with Wingbits. That Wingbits news came out, and I immediately did a video and immediately released it. I didn't let it percolate at all on Amazon, because I just felt that if I did a video the next day and the other people discussing it, it just looked bad. Because I wanted to get that news to y'all. Look, y'all making my anxiety like I get my back scratcher out. Better turn my fan up. I'm getting hot in here. My wife thinks this is the laziest thing in the world. I got a fan above me, so I use the little claw for the chain, and I pull it down to get the fan to go higher. She's like, that is the laziest thing in the world. I'm like, no, I don't want to get up and everybody see my belly. But Milkman, listen, you do you. But Grass didn't have, I mean, with the payments, but my point is, you're not losing anything though. Unless you were using on a cellular card or something like that. Yes, Grass pays once a year. But they're running on some devices over there that ain't costing me anything out of pocket, because I'm running other stuff on them. So just let them run. But I'm the only, me and maybe one or two other people are the only people complaining to Grass about yearly payments. And then the admins on that Discord are going to sit there and argue with us that, oh, it hasn't been a year. That shit, it hasn't. I don't know what planet you on with a yearly, because I took some out in October to help me pay for my hunting license and have a little flash money, in case I had to, while I was on my hunting trip in Missouri and some poor girl needed help to pay for a semester in college and stuff. I'm just joking. That's my joke at work. Everybody's like, you going to Missouri to go help, pay for. The joke is years ago, I was doing something. I had to be the early 20s, and there was a girl we knew through Mutual, and she was a stripper, and she literally said she was a good looking girl. She literally paid her way through college stripping during the summertime and during the fall breaks and stuff like that. She made enough money. That shows you how hard legs some of these people are. So the joke is, I told that to somebody at work, so they always like, oh, you going to Missouri hunting trip to pay for somebody to go through college, and like that kind of joke like that. So I always say I got Grass for that, but that's not what it is. Is a hunting license in Missouri costs several $100s. So I took $100 of that Grass out. That was October. So you can't sit there and tell me that we didn't get paid a year ago. And the way it looks like now, we're about to go into the next epoch of Grass. So anyway, that's my Grass rant. Look, like I said, people use my code that's paying me back. I'm not one to, it's just not me. Like, you feel that way, Milkman, and I appreciate it. Seriously, I do. But not everybody feels that way. They got people who, because, you know, I've had to block 2 or 3 people who would slam me in other Discords, especially when they saw me. Oh, here's the grumpy dude. And they would say, I can't remember one of them's name. I did a whole video on one dude. If you want to go find it, about I will defend myself, where, you know, some dudes in here, and what it was is he's still pissed at me because he still thinks to this day D-Fly failed because of my negative videos. No, D-Fly failed because y'all were taking thousands of dollars from people and kept making excuses on why nothing was shipping, and it ended up truly being a scam. I think because Grumpy didn't have that kind of following back then, but he would go and tell, like, this guy would go into Discords and Sword Chain and to Demo and one of these other ones and say like 34% truth. So it's hard for me to defend because it was 34, 35% truth, but then it was completely exaggerated and lies, the rest of it. And I'm like, I'm not out. We'd start these big power fights in these people's Discords. People will all come to defend me, but now I'm hijacking Sword Chain and Demo's Discord because some a-hole or 2 a-holes or 3 a-holes talking about it. So I just block them all. And my point is, you might feel that way, but I'm going to have people who don't. You know, people think I should be doing this out of the kindness of my heart. And there's part of me that I don't have an issue with that because I started this 3 years ago. I guess it was about 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. Maybe a little bit more than that. When we started. No, 3 years ago. 3 years ago when we started Wingbits and D-Fly. Anyway, I started this to help people on how-to videos, how to set up a D-Fly and then a Wingbits DIY device, and what videos, I mean, what antennas to use. And I was paying for antennas out of my pocket, buying them, all these antennas on Amazon, paying for them out of my pocket. I never asked for money back. I did that out of the kindness of my heart, that to help y'all out. I wanted everybody to be successful, and I wanted that project to be successful. And that's what it was about, you know, but I appreciate it. I really do. You know, majority of people, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to regret saying it because I don't want nobody to take it the wrong way. Like I'm asking for it. See how guilty I already feel? But majority of people have been in YouTube long enough that if they really wanted to send me something, just like you just did, just like what's his name did from Texas when he sent me the $100, they can. Because every now and then I do get somebody that sends me a super chat like that. I'm not going to ask for it, but most people know that they can do that. You know, it's turned on, so they can do that. But I feel bad enough telling people go use my code. I don't know. Listen, man, I just want us all to be successful. You know, whether it is you want a Lambo from Wingbits, or you want a fishing boat like me, or now I'm kind of getting away from the fishing boat thing and wanting a big gigantic piece of land somewhere so I can build me a house in this corner, then have all kinds of woods in the middle for me to go hunting and doing backyard stuff and chickens and whatever like that. And then way on the other side of the property line, I can have a house for my one kid, and then way on the opposite property line, I can have, you know, my other kid a house. That's kind of my goals. As I get older, that's my goal. I want what they call a compound. Some people don't like that word, but that's just what they call it down here. Gigantic acreage. Ride my own 4-wheelers, ride my own side-by-side. I can have a pool in the backyard. If I don't want to wear a shirt, I ain't got to worry about nobody seeing me and scaring little children like at the beach and people start screaming because they think Godzilla's coming or something, or whatever some fat, overweight person looks like. You know, I ain't wearing no freaking Speedo, I can tell you that. It'd get lost. But that's now my goals for crypto. And if Wingbits can help me just pay off some of my stuff here in life, between my retirement I got at work, and I've been looking at those numbers, then I could do the whole compound thing possibly, depending on where I put one of that. And whatever y'all's goals are, whether again it's Lambos or speedboats or fishing boats or private islands or sending your wife on a one-way vacation like somebody joked, I hope y'all can achieve that. I hope y'all can achieve it. That's just, so I think we're going to achieve it right now, making $17 a day in our DEPIN projects like you see on Monday. That's all added up. No. Am I secretly putting a whole lot of stock in Wingbits? I don't want to admit that, but that's basically all I got left to hope on at this point. I don't think Brusho is going to do it. And I love Brusho. I don't think Combiner is going to do it. I don't think Chirp's going to do it, even though Chirp's my #1 project for the 12th week in a row, but it's still at $3 a day. And the way they keep pushing KAGE, I don't know what happens with the Blackbird miner. You know. Hey, Elias, I'm gonna tell you, one of the best feelings I ever had. This is me just being real with y'all. I'm getting goosebumps even like talking about, like, I've never looked at my channel being like a big channel like, say, George or Tyler or one of these guys, Wendy O and stuff like that. But when you see a fellow YouTuber, you know, whether it's Tech Hustler or one or two of these other guys, and they mention Grumpy, or they even show some of my video in there, and they're not talking negative about me, they're talking positive about me, there's no greater feeling of accomplishment that those guys reckon. Those guys were guys I was watching when I started, that's why I still defend Tech Hustler. I know how some of y'all feel about him. Hey, even he rubs me a little bit wrong, and he knows that, because I've told him every now and then he'll say something, I'm like, come on, dude, really? Like, how am I going to defend you? But I still seriously told him, and y'all saw this when he was in one of my lives, at the hell's the name of that mining whatever it is, in Dallas in November. I'm buying that dude a drink or two, if not more, dinner or something. He helped me a lot when I was starting this YouTube thing. I'm gonna tell you right now, Wingbits, no Wingbits, I'm gonna tell you right now who's one of my biggest, I don't want to say, like, I don't want to ever say the word hero, because but if I had to say two people that helped me the most, what y'all see today, what y'all see and what y'all hear, Axie and Tech Hustler. Axie and Tech Hustler. And I tell that all the time. Axie helped me more with my sound and worked with me years ago getting my sound. And I still am very anal with like mic placement. And he still tells me, if y'all ever see comments on my videos, the dude still helps me to this day. But that dude, probably before anybody else. And if y'all, any of y'all know Fluffy, I did an AMA with him a while back. If y'all know Fluffy from the Helium days, he really got me started off too in the beginning. He doesn't really do that much now with stuff. He's more into the ham stuff. He kind of gave crypto. He's more of a Bitcoin maximalist than anything else. So he just stacks Bitcoin. But Tech Hustler showed me more about some of the YouTube tricks and that kind of stuff. I hate to say tricks, but those guys helped me out. And to see some of those YouTubers now mention me. Look, I'd love to be able to do a live on Thursday nights and see 100 people there. Maybe one day. But if I still have y'all core people, some of them core names that have been around from day one, and I'm still only doing a year from now and doing 20 people watching live, I'm not bothered by it. That's why I keep doing it. Hell, I went from doing from Thursdays to also Tuesdays and Thursdays with the same 20 people. Y'all keep coming and y'all want to hear me BS too long like I'm doing right now, and y'all want to keep hearing it, I'll keep doing it. I mean, all my wife's doing is whenever she gets home is sit on the couch and watch, watch episodes of Yellowstone or whatever, some new show I told her about. Y'all saved me from that. So, there's just times where, like, I tell you, I told Who Farted last night on DM. I'm like, I feel bad. I'm sitting around, like, I feel like I have to do videos for y'all. Like, and I feel bad when I'm not doing videos because I can't figure out what y'all don't really want to see. My 37th video this month on Wingbits. I'm not doing videos on Entropy because part of me feels a little bad that we were making $5 or $10 a day when not suggested, but when I told people about Ashlers, and now we're making, I haven't even figured it out with this new price. So, and look, I love those dudes to death. Some of y'all, I know some of y'all get really rubbed the wrong way by them guys. I'm in private group messages with them. I don't see that side like some of y'all see, but I'm also not in their Discord. I know their Discord can get kind of crazy, kind of like a frat house. I call it a frat house, and I'm too old for the frat house thing, so I don't go in it. But them dudes helped me. They pushed a lot of people to use my code for Ashler and stuff like that. They didn't have to do that, But I know y'all don't want to see a video on that, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do a video on these a-holes that piss me off on X. And that's what I did the video on. Tomorrow I won't do a video. I'll be working all night. So anyway, so fun play with the toys. Yeah. Speaking of toys, I had somebody ask me, when am I doing an Eden video? And I'm like, brother, there are no how-to videos about Eden coming up. I can tell you that right now. I definitely get kicked off of YouTube for Eden. Maybe that's why more people don't hear about it. I don't know. Let me tell you, there's some of y'all, and I'm not really saying the 11 people in this chat right now. I'm saying mainly for the people who are, maybe for the people who are going to watch this video tomorrow. There's some of y'all that if I say the word DEPIN, and there's a new DEPIN Jaws cup coming out, or a DEPIN back scratcher, y'all crazy mofos are gonna buy it. And I really think this is just me, just again, my dirty old mind. I really think if there was more YouTube people talking about this Eden sex toy DEPIN crypto project, I really think it'd be way more popular. I'm not gonna do it. My wife always thinks I got a dirty mind. Y'all watch all them TikToks and stuff in those Facebook. I get stuck in Facebook world when you see all the shorts and stuff like that, and all the videos of like every time you pass your wife in the kitchen, you got to slap her on the butt or something like that. That's me. So she already thinks I got gutter mind. Could you imagine her finding out I'm doing videos on, well, if I leave with a joke. Don't even want a joke. But let me come home next week with, hey, look what Helium Deploy sent me. This new crypto DEPIN project to I think does Helium Deploy sell that thing? Let's see. Could you imagine? Y'all, yeah, they do. What is this? A smoothie cup to drink to help recover after? I'd go. Y'all see me doing a video the next day of look at this new nasal device from Helium Deploy, because she's gonna have this thing shoved up my sinus cavities. In stock. Yeah, see, like, I know I'm gonna get in trouble just for trying to post that. But I still think they got people who in DEPIN when they're like, hey, what's the token price? How many token am I getting per day? Bringing that thing home and saying, honey, or husband, whatever floats your boat. Again, I don't care, dude. Whatever happens, I've always been a person that whatever you do in your house is your business. Just don't push on everybody else. But whatever you do in your house, I don't care. So husband, honey, if you got one of these religions that allows you 2 husbands or 2 wives, both of them, I don't care, whatever. But I think there's some people in DEPIN that if that project was paying enough, they'd be at home using it. That's just how I feel. Tell me I'm wrong. If I told you I was making that y'all were making $25 every time you used it, y'all raise your hand if y'all be buying that. Yeah. All right. Let me get out of here before I get in trouble. I'm not going to be already in trouble. YouTube. I'm going to get a flag on me in YouTube. It was fun, guys. Seriously, it was fun. I can't believe it's 9:30. 2.5 hours. I really appreciate hanging out with y'all. We got to do it more often. Again, I like these little bullshit sessions. Even though we lost half our people watching, I don't care. I don't care. Oh, I thought you meant. Wait, does it really? So you're saying if I sit here long enough, it's going to say who farted bought one of these devices? I totally forgot about that. That'd be a joke. Wouldn't that be just hilarious? Not that I know what who farted's real name is, but that would be that's worse than your Chrome history showing up on when you're on a live. Tell you, I learned a long time ago. Don't click this thing up here. and I think I was clicking Binance one time and something else popped up. I have mine set to automatically. When I close out Chrome now, it automatically deletes my history. So I don't ever have to worry about pressing. But the problem is Google suggests certain sites when you press this, or whoever it is, Chrome or whoever it is. But yeah, my stuff is sent to purge. When I close out this Chrome tab, history's gone. So, all right. Use Grumpy's code. Hey, listen, we all adults here. There's a reason why Adam and Eve and these other sex toy websites and stuff are still in business. If they weren't selling devices, you know, go to New Orleans. Every 3 blocks, they got some kind of sex toy, especially on Bourbon Street. Every block's got some kind of sex toy, sex video thing. Hey, if they weren't selling and they weren't making money, they wouldn't be in business. So look, y'all want to use my code at Eden? I'm not. Save $10. I ain't promising you $25 a day in crypto. I have no idea what the thing pays. I'm not even going back and read it. So, use Grumpy code. YouTubers who got in early, it pops up before it goes live. This YouTuber ain't in early. I don't know. That's not the original, because I won't say I covered it. We made this kind of joke before about. No, actually, it was a video I did about DEPIN and did helium sporeless, if y'all remember that. And it showed you where we went from and what we kind of went to. And it was helium. And then I showed the Eden project. But that was a wand type device. I don't even see that no more. Showed you how much I keep up. See, it must have sold out. There you go. Yeah. I got a drink on that one. Who fought it? I'm gonna. Oh, I need to be able. I need to. I'm gonna pin that one. Who fought it says you have to like the tech. All right, guys. You get all heads out the gutter. Go make more crypto. Seriously, guys, it is 9:30. I appreciate it. It was fun. It really was fun. And I think after the day I had today with 911 crashing all over the state and everything like that, and us running around with our head chopped off. And look, I didn't even go get a haircut. See, all my hair fell out. How stressed I was today. But I appreciate it. It was fun. Seriously, it was fun. We got to do this more often. Not always be so serious about all of our DEPIN bags going the wrong direction. Submarines. Appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a good, blessed weekend. Everybody stay safe and whatever you plan on doing. If you're going to work, if you're going home, you're going stay home, whatever, watching football, whatever you're going to do. I appreciate it. So thank you all again for all the support. It means a lot to me. And I'll see you all in the next video.